What's going on, Slayers? Tomorrow, October 20th, 2020, we're receiving our DLC for Doom Eternal, The Ancient Gods Part 1. Now, I want to speculate as to what we can expect, what I think is going on, and how excited I am for this going forward. I'm Darkstrata, the YouTube Assassin. Let's get our Doom Eternal on. So it's been teased that when we start the Ancient Gods Part 1, the Doomslayer took care of the hordes of hell and saved humanity from the icon of sin. But it caused an unbalance in the heavens, meaning Urdak. So if you paid attention to all the codexes and everything like that, Urdak is supposed to be heaven. As you can see, there's plenty of like weird imagery that just looks heavenly. There's ships that look like crosses. There's things that look like halos. The creatures that come from here are called angels. It's all kind of really just wild imagery, and they made it so that it was the basis fictionally of all kinds of religions, you know, going back to ancient times and across just all kinds of galaxies. Now, the thing is that if you also looked at the history, the codexes and everything, the lore of this game explains that they had what was called the Father. It was an entity that either spawned the Maker Angels, or it created the race, or it is Urdak, something like that. And it was basically in a temple that was somewhere on this area. I don't know if it's a planet or if it's just a floating city, what have you. But all of a sudden, it disappeared from this temple. So nobody knew where it went. Nobody knew what was going on. And the whole thing is that they need this entity, they need this Father, in order to allow the Khan Maker to basically die and reproduce. So the current Khan Maker has been around too long. Her mental state is degrading. She's falling apart and whatnot. She's supposed to actually give up her life, and there's supposed to be a new Khan Maker that comes out, and this is supposed to happen every 1,000 years. So now, without the Father around, there can't be another Khan Maker. So we don't know what's going on. Obviously, if you beat the game, you know you defeat the Khan Maker, you defeat the icon of sin, but there's so much going on that we don't know about that's really, really out of control. So I know that it appears from what we see in the teasers that the minions of hell that remained on Urdak are somehow now possessed. It looks like there's going to be all new characters, all new creatures to fight. It looks like a couple of the Maker Angels, that they are going to be out there and they're going to be your main enemies, your main foe. So now, not only were you taking on the demons of hell, now you're taking on the angels of heaven. So it's just kind of wild. I'd love to see what they come up with as far as imagery and lore where that's concerned, because they did a really good job with the whole hell aspect. Now I want to see what they do with the heaven aspect. And the reason I keep referring to Urdak as heaven, again, you refer to the codexes. It says that in the codexes, people have always referred to Urdak as heaven, and in fact, Urdak translates into many different languages as either heaven or paradise. So it's really, really wild and interesting to see. I have a feeling that you're going to come back to Urdak, maybe not exactly this exact level, but you're going to go to some kind of portal. You're going to find some portal somehow, and you're going to end up going to Urdak and battling the minions of Urdak there. Maybe it'll be all new areas. I think it most likely will be all new areas, because they're not going to like rehash this stuff. It's going to be like all new stuff. There's going to be all new enemies. That's really exciting. And then the other thing that I think I really do think that the entity, the father that was taken from Urdak is none other than Vega. And I have a feeling that Samuel Hayden actually is of this world, that he was once a maker angel. And he, I don't know, kind of got self-aware, because all the maker drones basically act like bees. They all, follow whatever the con maker says. The angels are a little more independent. They usually don't gather up with each other. They meet occasionally every once in a while, but usually they're on alternate planets doing all kinds of things, acting as judges or as some sort of just a council to the people of those different worlds. And if you looked at the history of like what happened on other worlds, like with the Sentinel world, you'll see that it looked like they were betrayed. They were betrayed by the con maker and the maker angels. So again, I want to point out that I really do believe that Vega is actually the father, and the reason behind that is not in any of the codexes or anything. It's actually in the gameplay itself. So I'm going to show you a clip, and you tell me whether or not Vega is the father. Now here's the exact moment where I started to believe Vega was the father. Look at this.
Now, insert Vega to activate the portal.
System acquired. Setting the course for the Earth dimension now.
I can see now. Am I the father apprehended?
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? He clearly asked if he was the father. He clearly said he can see now. To me, that speaks volumes. That's kind of wild. So I think that maybe somehow in that little hockey puck, in that little thing, Samuel Hayden, being the genius that he is, figured out how to steal the essence of the father away from this planet. And this is why they're in such turmoil. This is why they need that hell energy. And this is why they made a pact with the demons. This is why they're the big bads in this game. It's really freaking amazing. Now, in the Ancient Gods trailer, the teaser, they actually kind of go one step further. Tell me this isn't Vega's voice when you hear it, because it clearly sounds like him.
You are here to restore order to my world. With the demons in control, you understand the threat they pose to all my creations.
So look at that. To me, that sounded like Vega. And not only did it sound like Vega, it sounded like he was well aware of what was going on. I don't know if he's going to have a physical body or if he's just going to be like the entire world, kind of like Unicron or something like that. But to me, that just clearly says that like he is the father, and somehow he was ripped from the temple that they had here. Because once again, you look in the codexes, it says that there was a temple that all of these makers used to go to in order to like kind of talk to someone, kind of like a church almost. And this is what they did. So to me, I really do think that that's just, clear evidence. There's also a point at the end where it just sounds like Vega's screaming when you defeat the con maker. So here's her defeat. She says her spiel about how you jeopardize creation, because that's just what the Slayer does.
Destroyed all that I was meant to rule, and all just to protect them, servants to our beliefs. You have broken the holy seal of Urdak.
So does that mean that you could transfer back and forth?
When you kill my task of
Somehow I believe that this caused a portal that he can go back and forth between. But here we go, listen to this. Who's screaming no? And you could clearly see Urdak is in turmoil. So what ended up happening there? What was that? Something got released, and I think that that is one of the things that's going on. So we're going to go and we are going to battle all kinds of stuff on Urdak. We're going to get up there. We're going to, first of all, we're going to figure out a portal to get there. I'm pretty sure that they're going to figure something out where it's going to be something either with the UAC, there's going to be some portal technology or something, or you may have to go back into hell in order to figure out where they have some kind of portal in order to get back to Urdak. And you know what? We may not even be dealing with Urdak itself. Maybe, just maybe, let's put this out there, it's a portal in hell that we have to go to. Once we get to hell, to find that portal, to go to Urdak, maybe we have to defeat Baphomet or something like that. Some big bad there. And maybe the teaser is really teasing us for the Ancient Gods Part 2, where we actually get to Urdak. For now, we're dealing with these maker angels that are like, you see like all over the promotional material and stuff like that. They're kind of a red color instead of their white color. Maybe they're like a combination of like the demons and angels at the same time. Maybe, you know, like they were taken over. Who knows? But the thing is that I really do feel like this is going to be epic. This is going to have something to do with Urdak. Maybe even just we go to hell first. We go to the hell dimension, and once we're there, we kind of have to defeat Baphomet or something like that in order to really find the portal to get back to Urdak so that we could fix whatever's going on in Urdak. Maybe we have to fix whatever's going on in hell first, and then we go to Urdak. One thing's for sure though, this game is gonna be incredible. This is going to be some incredible DLC. It's part of the Season 1 thing. If you had the Season Pass, it's part of Year 1. Alright? I don't know how many DLCs they're going to put out. Normally they put out like, we'll say like, you know, 2. That's how normal DLCs come out. There's usually for every game there's 2 DLCs. But who knows what Bethesda's going to do with this. All I know is that I'm pretty excited tomorrow. I will be playing tomorrow. I will be broadcasting tomorrow. I will be showing off what's going on. And as always, I'm going to find every single item, every single hidden, everything. Just so that way you guys have it, you guys can see it. I'm hoping for new weapons. I'm hoping for new enemies. I'm hoping for new demons to come to the multiplayer. I'm really into that too. One of the things that a lot of people were speculating, a couple of you actually were in the comments talking about maybe the Doom Slayer or the Doom Hunter. That would be amazing. I really don't know how they would do that. They would have to kind of nerf him. They would kind of have to shrink him, make him a little bit less powerful. I know they did the same thing with the Archvile. The Archvile isn't as tall or powerful as it is in the game. So, I mean, it's a possibility. They could do something like that. They could technically put any of these creatures in the game as a playable character. They just gotta nerf it. Like even the tyrants. I would love to play as a tyrant. They would have to nerf it though. It wouldn't be as powerful as it was. And honestly, you really would have to kind of shrink it a little bit because it would have a massive hitbox. It would just be a massive target for the Slayer. As the Slayer's playing around, the Slayer could like hit him from anywhere almost. So we got to worry about that. And then the other thing is, if you do have the Doom Hunter, he can't have such a powerful shield and everything, where it's the Doom, where the Slayer is actually, you know, just trying to whittle away at this shield it would take a while, so I'm pretty sure they would nerf that too. But we'll see what happens anyway. Other than that, let me know your thoughts. Do you think I'm right? Do you think anything I'm saying is right? Do you have your own theories on what we're going to see? Are there anything that you're hoping we see? Is there anything you don't want to see that you think will mess up the game, or that will be too cliche and you're hoping they don't do it? Let me know that in the comments below. Other than that, I really do hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. It helps the channel out an awful lot. As always, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. And until the next one, you take care.